Hey, what's happening guys? This is Bharat Nagpal for iGyaan, and today we're going to be checking out the review of the new Micromax Canvas Turbo. Now, aesthetically, the Micromax Canvas Turbo looks like the Micromax 4 mated with the Micromax Canvas Doodle 2, and the Micromax Turbo was born. The Micromax Canvas Turbo essentially looks like the Canvas 4, but has a unibody shell. It has aluminum on the back and has a non-replaceable battery. So let's talk a little bit about the hardware on the Canvas Turbo and see if the Canvas Turbo is worth the 20,000 rupees price that it's being launched at. Micromax Canvas Turbo gets its name from the MediaTek 6589T, which is the turbo chipset from the MediaTek chipset empire. The 6589T has a quad-core 1.5 GHz CPU along with the PowerVR SGX 544MP GPU. Now on paper, this is an impressive upgrade from the 6589, but is not that great when it comes to real-time performance. You do get 0.3 GHz extra on the clock, but that does not really transfer into real-time usage unless we have a lot more in terms of graphics, and we don't really have a lot more in terms of graphics on the Canvas Turbo. We also have a 2000 mAh battery, a front-facing 5 megapixel camera and a rear-facing 13 megapixel camera that more or less remains the same as the one on the Micromax Canvas 4. The display has been improved to a new 5-inch 1920 by 1080p Full HD display. It does have some of the same viewing angles that we saw on the Canvas 4. It does have better outdoor visibility, but it does not have the accurate color response that we would like from a Full HD 1080p display. The device also comes with Android 4.2, and we would have expected Android 4.3 out of the box, but we did not get that. Updates from Micromax are really dodgy, and we don't know when we can expect a new version for the device. So let's talk about performance. Now on the inside, we saw that the day-to-day usage for the Canvas Turbo was pretty impressive. It's fast and responsive, and you can move around from homepage to homepage without any issue. In the standard set of features, the homepage is fairly customizable, and you can easily drag and drop icons onto the home screen. So customizing the home screen is fairly easy. You can drag and drop icons, you can create folders and make the screen according to your requirements. So if you have two icons, as we do over here, you can quickly drag and drop them into each other to create a folder, which does appear like you would see folders on Android. So it's fairly easy. You can also name these folders as per your requirement. You can also drop widgets into the home screen, so fairly customizable, just like you would on stock Android. So you don't see a lot of customization done by Micromax on this device. In fact, it more or less remains vanilla with a little bit of UI elements. So you see a custom bit of fonts over here, and you see some changes in the dialer where you get two dialing buttons so that you can initiate calls from different buttons or different SIM cards, but that's about it. Talking about SIM cards, you have two SIM card slots. One is a micro SIM slot and one is a standard size SIM slot. So you get one standard size and one micro SIM. You also get 3G only in one SIM card and not in both. So you don't have 3G in both. The SIM cards are also one usage and one standby. So you don't get dual active SIM cards on the device, which might be disappointing for some people. Although Micromax and MediaTek had an event when they launched the Canvas HD, and they spoke about the 6589 chipset, and they said that it supports dual active SIMs. I don't understand why we still haven't seen those. Now if we talk about performance from the device, we were fairly impressed. Gaming was fairly decent, and you can watch a bit of our gameplay to understand that a little bit more. And as far as day-to-day performance is concerned, the device seemed out fairly well. If we talk about the FM radio, you need an earphone to connect to the FM radio, and signals and the audio quality is fairly good. So for those who like to enjoy FM on their devices, this one will work out fairly well. If you're using Office applications on the go, you do get a couple pre-installed like Kingsoft Office, but you can download many other from the Google Play Store and use it on the device without any issues. So you can create Word documents, Excel documents, and PowerPoint presentations directly on the device and then use them later on your PC or your projection system, however you may like to use it. Now, most of the apps that Micromax includes are useless. That's what we think at least, and you would need to download your own applications. And we would prefer if Micromax allowed us to delete them instead of just letting them on there. I would have liked to get rid of them. They take away unnecessary space, and we are not very happy about that. If you go into storage, you'll see that we have a bit of phone storage over here. So we have a total space of 1 gigabyte set for the phone, out of which only 367 is available. And then you have a 2.4 gigabyte storage for the device, out of which only 5.54 is available after we've downloaded 4 gigabyte worth of apps. And that's mostly what has been used, and we have a bunch of pictures and videos that we've captured on the device. So after that we have about 5 gigabyte left, which is fairly decent, and you can't really run out of it unless you like to carry a lot of movies and a lot of music with you. Then this device will not be the best option for you. This device will read USB drives over OTG, so you can use USB drives to carry your music if that is something that you would like to do. Now, downloading Google Chrome improves the responsiveness of the onboard browser, so you can browse websites a lot faster than you could on the natural browser. Now you can see our new layout lays out fairly nicely, loads up really fast. I think we need to give ourselves some props for that as well, but you can see it looks really nice, and it's still loading up some of the images over here. So you can see it looks really nice and loads out really fast, and scrolling is pretty impressive. I don't see if you will see pinching in. You do see pinching in, and it's fairly smooth. Not the best browser experience again, but one of the best browsers that you do get on a device of this value, and it's fairly impressive. If we talk about the camera has been improved slightly versus the previous generation. They have added some new functionality into the camera, including some new animation effects, some 3D panorama, and a remove object feature, which allows you to remove people from your shot. So all those things need to be launched separately, and they take a fairly long time to launch. So for example, if I go into GIF animation, it loads up that effect and opens a separate camera that I need to go back from. So it's almost sort of a third-party feature that has been added into the camera, but it works fairly well. The video record capability is at 1080p at 30 frames per second, which is not the best video quality that we've seen, and video is fairly shaky, and the color is overexposed. So we're not too happy with the video quality of the device. You also continue to have some of the features that Micromax introduced in the first Canvas 4. So you do get this blow to unlock feature that I don't think anyone uses, but you can set up the blow to unlock feature to unlock the device. So for example, if I've just set up the blow to unlock feature here, you can blow or shake the device to unlock it, as I did over here. This is a feature that comes in with this M Unlock application that you can use or choose not to use. This app has been made by PhoneClay. It's almost fairly useless if you come to think about it, because if you're riding on a bike, the phone will shake in your pocket and unlock, may make some calls unwanted, some unwanted calls which you wouldn't like. You also have this new multitasking panel that you can turn on and off by simply tapping on the iFloat tray application over here. So if I pull this out into the center and tap on it, I can pull out this multitasking, sort of quick launch system over here, so I can jump into the dialer anytime I want to. I can also tap on this to jump into messaging from here, so I can look at my messaging. I can then create a quick message and send it to my people. If I want to jump back into settings, I can do that from here. If I want to open up my media player, I can do that from here. So I have this floating media player, almost like the Samsung player, which continues to remain on top unless I get rid of it. So with respect to that, this application is nice. It does not take away from the overall usage experience, and it remains on top. It, however, becomes a irritating little dot on the screen, which I'm not too fond of, but it's there and it works. So it's a great little add-on. It's a great little feature. It also allows you to open up websites in a small little window, which is really fantastic. So as you can see, we can load up our full website in the mobile mode over here as well. It works fairly well. You can also expand the size of this small window according to your requirements. So I can have this window over here and continue to use my phone on the bottom, but I can continue to have this window over here as well. Now you do have some interesting features in the video player that allow you to utilize the video player according to your requirements. So you can increase the volume by simply dragging your fingers across it. Let me quickly show you a video. So if you go into the video player, you can access your brightness from here, your volumes from here, and your brightness from here. So this is just a drag drop sort of effect that you can have. Again, you can see that the quality of the display is fairly good, fairly impressive, at least indoors. Outdoors it becomes a little washed out, but indoors it's fairly good. You can also see this video being captured on the device. So video capture is pretty good. You saw a close-up of a fly over there. Fairly good video capture, but again, it's not the most steady, even though stabilization is on. It's a fairly shaky video and colors are not that great. So as far as the Micromax Canvas Turbo is concerned, it's been fairly well built, but a person buying a Micromax phone would like an interchangeable battery, and I personally would have liked if they would have allowed us to increase the storage. A fixed storage is not the best option that I would like to have on a device like this. If I'm spending 20,000 rupees, I would like to have my storage expanded, and Micromax does not tie in any free storage with any provider. For example, HTC is now giving away 50 gigabytes on top of Google's 15 gigabytes for storage, or earlier they used to give Dropbox, and Samsung gives Dropbox. So those kind of things have not been included. So we have a fixed storage, no cloud support. We'll probably have to buy our own cloud or pay for our own cloud. Allows you to not carry so many things on the phone, which makes it a limitation. But apart from that, in terms of performance, we are pretty happy with the device on day-to-day use. In extreme gaming, we are not too happy because the GPU is not very supportive of the gaming capabilities of the device. The 2 GB of RAM helps in most situations, and the battery life is fairly good. Okay. I missed it. Phone call capabilities are impressive, and we were able to get great networks from the device overall, and we got about a day's use on battery life, which is fairly good. You can get detailed review of the Canvas Turbo on iGyaan.in. Follow the link in the description below. You can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. For iGyaan Networks, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.